when I reckon with John, we are officially live. We have John Thomson, the star. John, I didn't know what order to introduce them, whether it's Cold Feet, Fast Show, Billionaire Boy, Police Interceptors, which, to be honest, is one of my favourite programmes. Being from Hartlepool, I do believe Interceptors has been in Hartlepool a few times.
We have done, yeah. We've done up there, yeah, definitely.
So, John, thank you so much for joining us. How's your day been so far?
It's been fine. It's been good. Yeah. Got plenty done. I've had because it's been so windy today. I've had my washing out.
And does that feel like quite an achievement for lockdown, getting your washing done?
No, not really. I'm very domesticated. In fact, I dare go as far as saying I am a domestic god.
Wow, that is a strong statement, John. We normally go live at 7 o'clock, and I'm going to come clean. Everyone's probably going to think John's been a bit of a diva. You know, he's getting manicured, ready for the live. But the reality is, we got cross purposes on the time. You were actually making tea, weren't you?
I was for my daughters. I've got my daughters tonight.
And it wasn't just throwing in the microwave job, was it, John? What did you?
No, I cooked pad thai from scratch, and I also made. The other thing was because my other daughter has different preferences. My mum will say the F word, fussy. She wanted chicken popcorn and chips, and
that's quite a contrasting meal that you've prepared there, isn't it?
Well, we had to make two, didn't we? But we all had steamed tender stem broccoli, which made up for any kind of vitamin deficiency.
I'm really proud of you, John. If I'm honest.
Good.
I feel like we've really bonded.
Really sorry, it was like 8 minutes to 7. I went.
To be honest, John, and I felt this the other day when I rang you. I did freak out. I was like, "Man, it's John Thomson, legend of Cold Feet, ringing me," and I freaked out. And you came across so lovely. And earlier on, when I rang you, you were like, "I'll go get changed now, and then I'll do this," and you couldn't have been any more accommodating.
I belted up them stairs and I wolfed that tea down, and the girls are here, and we're all set to go. I'm all right.
John, you look absolutely beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Look, are the girls in the background? Do they help with the styling this evening?
So hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
ladies, come and say hello. Come on, I know you're in the background. Come and say hello.
Hello.
Oh, what's happened here?
Just close the tab.
So see, I don't know if you can see me properly, but I've got a different camera, so I don't. Hopefully, you can see me. So we've got Olivia, who's
big one, and this is Sophia, the little one.
Sophia, shove your head in a tiny bit more because we're just missing you. Got to be right there. We go. Your two beautiful daughters. 20,000. Do we need to give you a shout out on TikTok, Olivia? Is this the way it works?
Feel free. It's Olivia Thomson 3.
Olivia Thomson 3, and to be honest. I've been practicing quite a lot for a dad. My moves are quite strong, and I'm going to start, John, with one of my first questions. This was genuinely one of my questions. What is your favourite dance? What's your go-to dance move?
Oh, interesting question. I would have to say robot.
Robot.
We incorporate this one. Right round.
I can see why you've won awards, John. That is. Girl, have you got a favourite dance move?
Not. Oh yeah, no, we like that one, don't we? Do that one. Right, do it at the same time, Dad. Join in.
Right. Ready?
I totally understand. I can see why you're doing so well on TikTok, ladies.
Right. It's like Skype in the Von Traps, isn't it?
Do you know what? It's a beautiful. I feel like I'm part of your family now, John. I'm coming around for my pad thai next week.
Brilliant.
Next question. Do you actually wear socks in bed to avoid cold feet?
No, I do not. I don't wear socks at any time in bed. I am. Okay. I don't think it's A, hygienic, or B, sexy.
It's not high. How is it not hygienic? You know what?
No, I think to let your feet sweat and not breathe through the night. I don't feel that's I don't think a chiropodist would recommend it.
Do you know what? What we're getting is we're getting humour, but we're actually getting quite a bit of insight that I wasn't expecting, John.
No, I'm here to.
We're going to keep going. Bath or shower?
Shower.
Oh, ladies, what do you two think?
Shower.
Bath. See, I would go bath.
But they're a bit more unhygienic, but then shower.
Well, Americans say, why would you want to have a bath when you're just soaking in your own dirt, right? So there is a point. I use baths for relaxing and showers for cleaning. Oh.
Okay, fair enough. Right, John, if you were a wrestler, what song would you come out to?
That is a brilliant question.
Do you know, I said to you beforehand, we're going to ask you to be interviewed by The Guardian, The Times, The Telegraph. They've not asked you the stuff that matters, John.
No, these are brilliant questions. If I were to rest off this song I'd come out to, let's have a think. His name is John. Oh, I know. The song Big John. Do you know that song?
It's not Big Bad John.
The man, you could see him alive. He stood 6'6" and weighed 245, kind of broad at the shoulder, narrow at the hip, and everybody knew you don't give no lip to Big John, Big John.
Big Bad John.
Big Bad John. There you go.
You know what? Do you know what? Graham Norton is far more experienced. We've had his singing, dancing, intellectual comments, and humour, and we're only, 5 minutes in?
Brilliant. Bring it on.
Girls, question for you two. What would your dad not want us to know? What would your dad not want you to share with us?
I think he doesn't like to be known as a fussy eater, and he's not. He's probably one of the best eaters I know, but he really doesn't like milk or
cheese.
No, not cheese. Milk or cream. He
or
hates
butter.
them. Or butter.
And as a solitary thing on their own, not mixed in things, are all right. But I don't have butter on bread. I don't have.
No.
Don't drink. No, never have.
What kind of nut job doesn't have butter on bread? No offence, John.
Don't have it. I've not had cream or milk in its single state for 45 years.
In its single state, that's very specific, John.
You know, like fresh cream cake. Horrible. Like creamy. People like get. And you know, people go in your fridge.
Yeah.
Oh, this makes me feel sick. The thought of it.
How do you have your coffee then?
Black. Always have done. Always. Yeah, but I love cheese and I love yogurt, but I don't like milk on its own, cream on its own, or butter on its own. I like a bit of mayo.
I've just got a message from the Sun. They're going to run with this story tomorrow.
My dairy hell.
Yeah. John in Dairy Shocker.
Very excited.
Pineapple on your pizza, yes or no?
No. No, it shouldn't be
family
there.
Thing. Family.
No.
Okay.
No.
Pepsi or Coca-Cola?
Neither.
Well, both. If I'm allowed.
No, you're not, John.
I'm not allowed. No. All right, I'll go.
I'd go Pepsi. I like controversial.
I like a Coke Zero Cherry.
Coke Zero.
Yeah, like a Zero Cherry.
We're really getting underneath the skin of John Thomson today.
Well, all the details.
I really appreciate your honesty so far, John. I've got a few more for you. Do you have any party tricks that you could share with us? I mean, if you don't, I don't want to put you on the spot. I'll show you mine, John.
Go on.
I can do that with my thumb.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I can do this with my finger. Watch this. Okay. So your thumb goes back?
Yeah, look, all the way back. That's amazing, isn't it?
I've never seen that.
Yeah, it comes in really handy.
Watch this.
Bend my thumb back.
Watch this. There, and you do your whole hand. Look, watch that way. There's my hand, and then I can go.
Wow. Is this some sort of thing that you get taught at like actor school?
No, I saw it.
I can improvise, like
documentary about body popping, and there was a guy did that, and I just went, and I went like that, and then I went, yeah, I can do it.
It's easy.
Can you do it?
Of course I can.
I'll show you how you do it.
Yeah, just shove it in a tiny bit more. Show us how we want to see it. Come on.
Well, I can do it.
That's it.
Can you do like one eyebrow?
Yeah, one.
Oh, I do it all the time.
Yeah, but I can't do both. Wish I could do windscreen wipers on a rainy night.
Olivia, who's sorting your eyebrows out during lockdown? Because I'll be honest, they're impressive.
They are.
They are. My dad calls it devil brow, but it's. I've just got to. I'm embracing it.
They are strong eyebrows. If you could choose to be one age forever, what would it be?
Well, I'm dead happy now, you know.
You seem pretty happy, John. I'll be honest. You seem pretty.
50's a great age, you know, because I don't feel 50. I feel 25. So I feel happy and sprightly and full of fun. I'd like to lose a few pounds. But yes, 50's a good age, I think.
Yeah, I don't think you look much older than 48, 49.
Right in the middle. The beard doesn't help. With the beard off, I look at least, 47?
I ain't getting involved.
Can I ask, right? Genuine question.
Yeah.
you will have met all sorts of really like people that have achieved stuff, famous people. Who's the one that stands out that, because they all mean different things to different people depending on whether you watch the show, your life that you've led. Who's the one person that you look back and think, that was cool?
Okay. I was on a show called Saturday Zoo on a Saturday night with Jonathan Ross, and I was not on every week. And when I wasn't on, I would write, but I didn't have to. I just go in the office, but I didn't have to be on the show. And one week, every week, they had a special guest star. And my favourite American actor is Christopher Walken, right? Anyway, the week on the show, he was a guest. And I went, can't believe. And they went, listen, just write for him. So I wrote The Three Little Pigs with a writer called Lisa Mayer, who wrote The Young Ones, used to write that, and is Angus Deaton's partner. Me and Lisa wrote a sketch where Christopher Walken sat in a peacock chair and read The Three Little Pigs, and I wrote that for him. He performed it. It's on YouTube, and I met him afterwards, and I was just like so amazed. But there were no phones then, so you couldn't. What I did was I took a 10x8 black and white photo of him in the Deer Hunter, and I said, "Please, will you sign this for me?" And I've still got it. But that's like one of the highlights. That was amazing.
That's cool. You genuinely, I was stalking you earlier on, and you have been involved. You've even done theatre and all sorts. What's the one thing that stands out as being the thing that you're most proud? I'm sure you're proud of loads of things you've been involved in. What's the one that you look back and think, do you know what, that was brilliant. I'm really proud of that.
Well, the one that stood the test of time is Cold Feet because it came back. I mean, we did a run of it. We did a run of it first time round, and it was a huge success. And then no one would have thought after 13 years of absence it came back and it would be the same again. And we were like, whoa, this is amazing. So I think for its longevity and its writing and quality, I suppose I'll be most remembered for, and that body of work I'm very proud of. But I mean, like the past shows that I'm completely proud of as well, because that's kind of like luxury,
it is totally. That's in a different place, isn't it? I have to say, I do love Cold Feet, and at the risk of getting the scene wrong, but there's one I have watched pretty much all that. I've not watched the last couple, to be honest. I don't know why, but there's one, isn't it? The one where you're not in a good place. Pete's not in a good place, and it's on a rock.
That's right.
Man, I was in bits. I was absolutely.
That very good episode. That we were over. I was on the top of a quarry.
Yeah.
There. And I was right on the edge as well because I had a stuntman rope me in. I had a harness on, but after a while I was fine with it. I just went, all right, okay, well, let's get used to this. And someone went, oh, you superimposed? I went, no, that's me up there. So
it's funny that sort of like that one episode really genuinely stands out.
Well, there were two things on that. They said, is it CGI? You and I said, no, that's me. And they went, was it you playing the drums? And I went, yeah, that's me. I play the drums. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an incredible episode. Another question. What would you like if I could wave a magic wand? What would you like to do next in terms of like achieving something, or getting involved in something? What would be like still on the hit list of things that you'd like to achieve?
Well, firstly, find a vaccine. I would like to discover that in my spare time. Maybe with maybe your chemistry set, we might be able to find one. We've got one upstairs. Oh, I don't know. I've had I'm very grateful to have had such an interesting and varied life, really. One thing that people ask me, is there a dream role that you'd love to do? I'd love to be in a Bond film and play a Bond villain, maybe.
Wow.
But I don't know whether there was a time when there was quite a bit of comedy in Bond, but because of the Bourne identity, it's gone quite serious now. So
I think you could break the mold and you could be Bond.
Really?
What do you think? Do you think your dad could be Bond? Don't be rude, because I read that look. I'll be honest, I'm pretty good at reading like people's expressions and stuff. And Olivia, I think your dad's got it like a big break. I think he could be Bond.
Sure. I think he'd be good to play a villain because I don't know. I'd like to see him be the bad guy for once.
Has your dad ever taken you along to like any cool events?
Oh yeah.
So like, what's the one thing for you?
Yeah, we went to a few things, haven't we?
Yeah.
What's the one that stands out for you, ladies, Sophia and Olivia? I get your names right this time.
What's yours?
Slime Fest.
Slime.
I've been there since.
Oh
like,
yeah, we took her to
Black-
Slide.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the one. And she met Jojo Siwa. You were a massive fan then, weren't you?
Yeah, I
And-
still kind of am.
Yeah.
Mine was probably the Pride of Britain Awards because I got to meet like Liam Payne and
That's
who else? A lot of other people. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that, and it was nice to hear all the stories, obviously, and see people win genuine awards for not just.
It's nice to take them.
And I'm thinking you're pretty proud of your dad.
Oh, 100%. I really want to get into acting, so he's my like number one inspiration.
You both want to tread the boards, don't you?
Do it.
Proper
Before you read your story, John, one of the things that like, why we went for Britain's Got Talent was to show our kids that don't let anyone ever tell you can't do something.
Oh, no,
give it a go.
I've never seen such a kind of effort put in, rehearsal must have been. But it was so much going on. It was so good. We loved it, didn't we?
What genuinely, you've achieved absolutely all sorts. Like, genuinely, I find like what you've achieved like really inspirational. What kind of advice would you have for any kids out there that they've got this big dream? Like, have you got like a bit of advice that somebody like gave you that you always look back on?
Do you know what I will say is, if you are chasing this dream, but it's quite clear you're no good, stop it and do something else, because you can't just live. You've got to look at it realistically. So if you can't sing, you're going auditioning for singing, say, and they're just like, oh no, okay, you can't sing, but you might be able to dance, or you might be funny. There's so many strings to your bow. If you want to go into the entertainment sector, or you want to go into that field, if one thing's not working for you, there's got to be something that will.
Yeah.
But pursue something that's clearly not working for you. In the comedy world, there's a thing called the open mic night, open spots where they come and they try out the comedy. There are people who go back week after week and die. And it's really quite cruel and painful to watch. Now, whether they get off on the fact that they're a bit warped or something, that they're like, it's a kind of enjoyment to be, ooh, get off. I don't know. But my advice to you is listen to your audience. So rather than go, yeah, chase your dream, be the best you can be, go for this, reach for the stars. No, yes, do that, but listen to your audience. If you know in your heart of hearts that's not for you, try something else.
And I always think practice makes perfect.
True.
Like, if you start something initially, you probably won't be where you want to be, but if you just put the effort in and you really want it, I think you will be able to achieve it.
That's very true.
See, I think one of the things is not just about daring to dream; it's like daring to fail. You got one audition, you don't get it. Fair, okay, you're disappointed. Second time, you're going to be disappointed. But I reckon by the time you get 10 disappointments, you're getting used to it. And eventually, the more that you keep going, eventually somebody's going to say yes, aren't they?
Yeah.
Do you fancy reading as a story? And then if anybody wants to ask any questions, we can ask them. So I'm going to disappear off the screen. I'm going to go full screen. Now, as your backing dancers, I think Sophia and Olivia need to get involved so we can see you more when I click this button. It's over to you, and then we're going to come back and hassle you with more questions, if that's all right.
Great.
Right. Ladies, the pressure's on you as well,
It's not a lot I can bring to the table.
I don't.
Right, over to you guys. Over to you.
So, the story I'm going to read is The Magic Paintbrush, and this is by the author of The Gruffalo, Julia Donaldson. And I absolutely love this story. And when I do World Book Day, I always go to my youngest daughter's school and I work my way through the years and read them all a different story, it's age dependent. So, and this is one that has always gone down well. I absolutely, that's better. This is a story that I've always loved. So, it's illustrated by Joel Stewart, and it's by the author of The Gruffalo, Julia Donaldson, and it's called The Magic Paintbrush. Go and catch some shrimp, Shen. Go and catch some fish. Go and gather oysters to fill the empty dish. She sits on the seashore, a stick is in her hand. She sits there drawing pictures in the sand. She draws a flower, a flying fish. She draws a boat at sea, a hen, a hare, a dancing dog, a weeping willow tree. The waves roll in and wash away the pictures in the sand, but on their rock there sits a man. A brush is in his hand. He looks around and calls to Shen. Come here, he whispers. Hush. We don't want all the world to know about this magic brush. He slips the brush into her hand and tells her to be sure never to paint for wealthy folk, only for the poor. Did you catch some shrimp, Shen? Did you catch some fish? Did you gather oysters to fill the empty dish? No shrimps, no fish, no oysters. She laughs and runs inside. She paints a pot and stands and waits until the paint has dried. The paint dries on the paper. The painting of the pot is not a painting anymore, but real and steaming hot. The pot is full of shrimp, Shen. The pot is full of fish. The pot is full of oysters to fill the empty dish. The village people hear the news. Into the house they crush. The young and old all want to see Shen and her magic brush. She paints a melon for a boy, a ladder for a man, a basket for a woman, and for a girl a fan. And soon the news spreads far and wide, and people stand in queues for blankets, boats, and buffaloes, for hats and coats and shoes. The news spreads over fields of rice and over desert sands, until at last, inside Shen's house, the powerful emperor stands. I order you to paint a tree and make it very big, and instead of leaves, paint golden coins, 100 on each twig. Shen shakes her head. Your Majesty, I promise to be sure never to paint for wealthy folk, but only for the poor. The emperor scowls and stamps his foot. He bellows to his men, seize the magic paintbrush, and seize the girl called Shen. Now Shen is in a prison. Upon a stone-cold floor, she sits there while the emperor opens the prison door. He holds the magic paintbrush. He orders, paint that tree. Paint me my tree of golden coins, and you shall go free. Shen takes the brush, bowing low, says, Gracious Majesty, come back here in the morning, and you shall have your tree. That night the emperor lies in bed and dreams about his tree, while Shen is busy painting a horse and then a key. The key turns in the prison door, and Shen stands free outside. She climbs onto the horse's back and swiftly starts to ride. Where are my coins? The emperor shouts. Where is my golden tree? Magic brush, he cries, who let the girl go free? He climbs onto his fastest horse and rides with all his men. Over fields and desert sands, they gallop after Shen. It's Shen, she's back again. The neighbours gather round, but Shen is painting silently while distant hoofbeats sound. She paints a mighty river, a river deep and wide. The men and all the men stop on the other side. The emperor scowls and stamps his foot. He shakes his fist at Shen. I'll swim across your river, and so will all my men. But Shen is busy painting a beast with scales and claws. Its scarlet wings are open, and flames curl from its jaws. My dragon needs a tail, says Shen, and then it will be real, and then it will be roaring and ready for a meal. Now shall I paint that tail, she says, or would you rather go? She dips her paint into the brush. The emperor cries out, no. Turns his horse and rides away. Away ride all his men. Shen takes the magic paintbrush and starts to paint again. She paints a mound of golden rice and cakes like little moons, and drums and flutes. All the streets ring out with merry tunes. The sun goes down, the moon comes out and shines as bright as day, while Shen and all the villagers dance the night away.
John, I honestly think you could do this for a living.
I love that book. Such a lovely.
I've just realised, all along I've got my camera on a different one, so when I click on a button, I suddenly look like I've got a rubbish picture.
It's just a head there.
I've got another camera plugged in. I'm really sorry. I just realised it's a bit weird that you're talking at the top of my head on the other camera.
I did wonder.
Yeah, look, see, I promise, I've got that. That's the real. This is. Yeah.
Sorry, will you get me a drink? Sorry, thanks.
It's all right. I need a drink too, John. So believe it or not, I promise I am there. Do you know what? I'll go.
No, you're right.
There we go. Let's
what about the camera?
So there you go. So you can see me properly now. John, we've got some questions.
Okay.
It's a very specific question.
Yeah.
Marianne, Mrs. Shaw from school said, I used to live in Manchester and Withington. Yeah. Did John live in Withington?
I still live in Didsbury. We film Cold Feet here, and some days I walk.
It's a very specific question. At any point in your life, have you lived in Withington?
Yes, when I was a student, I lived on Davenport Avenue.
I lived on Everett Street.
Okay.
So, you know, that's a beautiful thing we got in common. Karen Dempster, I'm going to put this on the screen. Karen Dempster said, did you have a good stock of bum fresh as we went into lockdown?
Not bad. I had 16 rolls because I got a Costco.
Whoa, John, you ruined it for everyone else, man.
I didn't even know about lockdown, but what I do is I got the wholesalers and buy in bulk, and I had 4 sets of 4 left.
I mean, that's just foresight, isn't it? That's
well, it was just luck, really. I didn't know that people were going to go mad for it, you know.
Jill Drake, who's actually the rapper Drake's missus, and every time we say her name, because she comes on every night, we have to do the air horn.
Love it.
She says, do you like Vimto?
Love it. Still drink it, don't I?
I did it to a slushy today.
Yeah, we had a slushy, we had a Vimto slushy.
It's a drink of champions. I mean, I like Ribena, but Vimto all the way.
Vimto, love it.
I mean, there's a lot of love for you and your family. I'll be honest, John, there's a lot of love for your daughters.
Oh, good. That's nice.
Do you know what? I'm half tempted to do something really embarrassing and try and Skype somebody else in the call. Mrs. Bryce at school, all she keeps telling me is about this one evening when she worked in a bar. It's not a dodgy story.
Yeah.
One evening in Edinburgh where you were on the verge of making it big and you said that like big things were going to happen. And she's admitted she didn't believe you, John. She thought you were full of it. And look at you now, John. Look at you now.
Well, I don't know that. I mean, I can imagine in Edinburgh, I was probably quite lively then. I'm a little bit more measured these days. So I was probably pontificating quite loudly. And she's every right to think, who is this?
See, there's a time delay on this. So in about 10 seconds, she's going to freak out that she's in her pajamas at home. And I'm going to click on the Skype button.
Really?
But yeah, I mean, there's part of me, I want to see if she's on there because she's asked a question. She was at university, I think, up in Edinburgh. She worked in a bar.
Okay.
All the comedians you've ever met, who was the funniest in real life?
Oh my God. Who's the funniest?
I know my answer for you. Who I think the funniest one is Lee Mack. For me personally,
Lee's one of the funniest people I've ever worked with because I did a radio show called Gabby's Talking Pictures, and the pilot, Lee was a team captain, and he was so funny. I went away that night, and it was a bit like this, and I thought, I've got to up my game.
Oh, really?
He's so witty. He's so instantly witty. It's quite incredible. Lee is one of the funniest people I've ever met.
So there you go, Lee Mack. Would it be weird if we try and add it to this call?
Why not? Do it. Let's go for it.
What? I don't actually know how you do it though, John. This is where it's going to get a bit weird. And you've been so decent and
Do you know how to do it, kids? How to add a person?
How do we add?
There it is. It's at the top.
Oh, here we go.
A circle with a man and a plus.
Right. Do you reckon she's going to answer, guys? That's the question.
So it's all gone. Hello?
Hello. No, we can see it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can't see someone else.
The question is she going to answer? She will be freaking out right now. She will be completely freaking out. Is she going to? I don't think she's going to answer. She has answered.
There she is.
There she is. Mrs. Bryce. Let's get you on, Mrs. Bryce. There we go. Hang on. There's me.
Hello.
Mrs. Bryce. Are you gonna share with? She's hung up on us, John.
There she is.
She's back. She's back.
I'm here.
Mrs. Bryce, what's the story?
Do you know what? Mrs. Shaw was just ringing me. Go on.
What was the story, Mrs. Bryce? Because you've been banging on about it all day.
Banging on is harsh, really, isn't it?
Bit,
to be fair. But hello, nice to see you all. It was many years ago. I think it was Late and Live, possibly.
Probably. Turned down the Gilded Balloon. Before the
I worked at do you know the Cafe Royal on just behind Princes Street?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I worked there. and my friend worked at the Pleasance, so we used to hang out as much as we could. We called ourselves gag hags.
Really?
Yeah. I was very young.
92.
Yeah.
92.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Then.
And what happened?
Well, the problem is you asked for detail of a night many years ago. I just remember meeting you and you were like, I'm going to be on the telly.
And,
I'm gonna, you watch. You watch.
You didn't believe him, did you?
I'm gonna make it.
You didn't believe him.
And I said today, will you apologise to him for me? Because I often think to myself, he was right, you know, he's dead good. He's really good.
Well, that's good. At least I had some confidence. I mean, I wasn't shy, was I? I look back with shame.
No.
I just wouldn't behave like that now. Do you know what I mean?
I just thought we'd finish with that because we've been very excited about talking to you all, John.
Yeah, I'm sorry it's a bit late, but you're fed now, aren't you?
We've all been in work, looking forward to talking to you. And I wanted Mrs. Bryce was very helpful with Britain's Got Talent last year, and I thought she deserved this moment to put this to bed and apologise to your face, and we could move on.
I just used Mr McPartlin to get me to meet celebrities. That's really all my job's about.
You know what, John? We've exploited your goodwill for long. Before we go, can I say thank you to Harriet, who was your sister-in-law, I believe?
Yeah, that's right.
And is it Ben, her husband?
Ben, yeah, that's right. His daughter Elizabeth.
I'd had a bit of a wobble last Tuesday. It all felt a bit much. And she sent me a message saying, I've spoken to John. He's up for a story. And you know what, John? It made my day and it cheered me right up. So thank you to you.
Lovely bloke, and you deserve it. And you run that school. You're a credit to the nation the way you run that school. So it was.
You only see stuff on telly. It's rubbish in real life.
Oh, really? Well, the place is on fire now.
Don't say that.
I mean, the Dare to Dream teacher.
The son's going to be loving all these stories tomorrow morning, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
John, honestly, thank you so much. And Alice, I'm going to say bye to you just so I can say full
bye.
screen bye to the girls.
See you again, John. Bye.
So I'm going to say bye to you, Alice. Good night. God bless. Love you lots.
Bye-bye. Love you. Bye.
John and the girls, your daughters are an absolute credit to you. They are gorgeous. They are such lovely children. You've done a brilliant job. If they want to finish with a TikTok dance, Sophia, don't be looking all sheepish in the background.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Music on. Do you want to put it on?
We could show one that we've done.
Yeah, come on, show us. We'll go full screen for it and everything.
So this one.
What, you show on the screen, you mean?
Yeah, hold it to the camera. Do this one.
Oh, not that one.
That's
well, all three of us?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, yeah.
It's the only one with all three. This one.
I'm very shy.
Right, I'll go full screen just so we get full effect. Come on.
Okay, can you say? Ready?
Let me take it to the max. I want to love you.
Whoa!
You need some loving. To the love and care. Let me take
there you go.
There you
Wow,
go.
to be fair, hang on, what button do I press now? You throw me now. I'm getting all like, I'm bottling it under pressure. Oh, my wife, I got a little picture. There we go. Guys, that was actually amazing.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad, John.
We're all triple threats, you see.
You are absolute triple threat. You are a beautiful family. You have cheered me right up. Thank you so much, guys.
To have done that. Brilliant.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of lockdown and look after yourselves.
We'll make the most of it. Everyone stay safe.
I'm going to hang up on the Facebook and then I'm going to say thank you in person.
All right. Stay happy.
So good night, everybody. We'll say bye to Facebook.
Bye.